He's tied for the team lead in hits collected with 31. Base hit here would give Ranger an early lead. Breaking ball is down. Breaking ball hit on the ground to the shortstop, Johnson. He looks the runner back, throws over to first base, and gets Torres on the 6-5 ground out. So 2 away, runner stayed at second base. Here's Andrew Perez. Perez out of Highlands, Texas, 6'2", 215, a sophomore. Takes the first pitch that bounces in for ball one. He's hitting .322 for the Rangers. We have just passed 1/3 of the conference season. Pitch is fouled off and ricochets off of LaChance. 1-1 to count. Perez appearing in his 21st game, getting his 19th start. Has collected 19 hits on the year, 5 doubles, a triple, and 2 home runs. Takes pitch outside. On the inside corner. Fills it up at 3 balls and 2 strikes. First base is open. Perez has picked up 7 walks on the year. 3-2 pitch bounces off the back of the plate. 2 base runners for the Rangers here in the first, and they've both been on freebies. That brings up Tui Amosa, the right fielder. Mosa, a long way from home. He's from Auckland, New Zealand, 6'3", 215, a sophomore. The lefty watches the first pitch breaking ball inside from corner for strike 1. Mosa hitting .275. He has appeared in every game as a starter for a Ranger this season. Spin to second base. Runner not going anywhere. That's Fisher out there. He walked. He stole second. Walk to Perez. That's 2 on with 2 out. Egan trying to get out of the first. Fastball is just above the letters. 1 ball, 1 strike. Breeze blowing out toward left field here at Bosque River Ballpark today. Between 5 to 15 miles per hour. It should pick up a little bit during the day. 1-1. It's popped up. Third base way. It's going to get into the bullpen on the McLennan side of the field. Takes the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Throw down to second base from the catcher. It gets into center field. The runner from second will move up to third base on the error by LaChance. He had a notion that he could throw behind him and get him out, but unable to do so. So you got runners at the corners with 2 outs and the count of 2 balls, 2 strikes. There are 2 outs. No harm done if you get the out here, and you do with a weak swing on the changeup. 2 strikeouts in the inning, 4-0 in Egan. For Ranger, they get no runs on no hits. There was no errors, and there was an error, and 2 runners were left on base. And at the bottom of the first with our score, Ranger nothing, and McLennan coming to bat. Right-hander Jacob Reyes getting the start for Ranger. 6'4", 240 freshman out of Edna, Texas. For Reyes, this will be his 9th appearance of the year. He's got a win and a loss in 25 and a third innings. He's allowed 16 runs, 12 are earned off of 25 hits. He's walked 14 and struck out 19. A 4.26 earned run average. For Reyes to start the game, he faces a Highlander team that's hitting .299 as a group. Sherman Johnson leads it off. He watches the first pitch outside for ball 1. Johnson, a 6'2", 165-pound freshman from Conyers, Georgia. Takes the pitch upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. Sherman started off extremely cold. His average was below 100 at one point, but he has picked that back up to 224 now and continues to try to improve that. Squares to bunt and watches a pitch outside. Goes to 3 balls and no strikes. It's a guy that likes to put the ball in play. Has been recently put into the leadoff spot in the order after hitting 9th for most of the year. He takes a pitch on the outside corner for a strike that goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. Move to the top of the order has been precipitated by the fact that his bat has gotten very hot as of late. Swings and misses a breaking ball there. 3-2. Here comes the payoff pitch from Reyes. It bounces in for ball 4. So Johnson aboard with the walk. That is the 15th walk he has received this year, along with 15 strikeouts. So the Highlanders have their leadoff batter aboard by way of the free pass. And now here's Spencer Butt. 5'10", 165-pound freshman from Davie, Florida. Came to McLennan by way of Florida State. First pitch misses high and away for ball 1. Butt has seen limited action this year. This is game 31 of the year for McLennan. He's seeing his 16th appearance, his 15th overall start. He's had a leg injury that's kept him out of the lineup quite a bit this year. Pitch is inside, 2 balls and no strikes. In his limited action, he's hitting .410 for the Highlanders. Out of his 16 hits, just one for extra bases. That's a home run that he hit on Wednesday at Ranger. Wind was blowing out at Ranger on Wednesday. Throw to first base, Johnson dives back to the bag safely. Those scores from Wednesday will indicate that the wind was blowing out. McLennan wins the first game 14-5. Wins the second game 26-11. Had 24 hits in the game. Ranger had 14 hits. Pitch misses inside. He goes to 3 balls and no strikes on Spencer Butt. Wind is blowing out here, but not quite like it does at Ranger. Out toward left. Picked up to about 10 to 15. 3-0 offering is right in the heart of the plate and taken for a strike. In the outfield for the Rangers, you got Jaden Brown in left, Hudcorn in center, Tuiamosa in right. Nice lead for Johnson at first base. The 3-1 pitch, swung through and missed. But pulled the trigger a little early on the changeup. Goes to 3-2. Let's see if they put Johnson in motion here. Try to stay out of the double play. Jacob Reyes checks with his catcher, Andrew Perez. Delivers a 3-2 that's hit up the middle. The shortstop had gone over to cover the bag at second. Because they put the runner in motion, they stay out of the double play. As Butt is retired 6-3 for the first out. Johnson moves over to second base. Spencer Butt does his job by moving the runner over. Now here's Marcus Smith. Marcus is a sophomore out of Harlem, 6 foot 190. Has swung a hot bat as of late, has his average up to 355. Takes the first pitch that bounces in for ball 1. He has worked his way into the lineup midway through the season. Appearing in his 22nd game, getting his 20th start. Breaking ball is hammered toward left field. The left fielder going over will, well, it goes foul. Just got in front of it and hooked it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Out of the 22 hits, he's got 12 for extra bases, 6 doubles and 6 home runs. Picked up 22 RBI, scored 25 runs. 1-1 to count on Marcus. Shortstop holding Sherman Johnson close to the bag at second as the pitch bounces in. And nice job by Perez to block it. That infield for Ranger, you got Ashton Fisher at third. Larry Drake's the shortstop. Sean Gardner at second base and Jeremiah Torres at first. Two-one offering. Slow curveball, stays inside. Didn't have quite the bite on it that Reyes had hoped. Goes to 3-1. Three-one pitch is way high. Second walk issued by Jacob Reyes. Highlanders have runners at first and second with 1 out. And the 4-hole hitter Daniel Harden stepping in. Harden has played in and started every game for the Highlanders this season. Leads the team in 4 offensive categories. Watches the first pitch down low for ball 1. Scored the most runs at 34. Has the most doubles at 7. Has the top slugging percentage at .608. And has been hit by a pitch the most. He's been hit 9 times. The 1-0. On the inside corner to knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ranger left 2 on in the top of the inning. Highlanders trying to take advantage of a couple of walks here in the bottom of the first. Slow curveball. Misses the bottom of the zone. Right fielder Tui Amosa is pulled over toward the line and right for the left-hand hitting Harden. Center fielder Podcorn also shaded a bit toward right, but there's a big gap between the right fielder and the center fielder. Swung on and missed by Harden over the top of a breaking ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Three other doubleheaders going on in the conference today. We'll try to keep you up to date on those as well. The 2-2 pitch, off speed and fouled off into the Ranger dugout. There's an opening about halfway down the dugout for players to come in and out, and that went right through the opening. Otherwise, there's a fence there that can protect them as long as they duck behind it. There goes the runner. The pitch is low and outside. And got a double steal for the Highlanders. As Johnson moves to third, and Marcus Smith moves to second. So now both runners in scoring position for Hardin. He's got 28 RBI on the year. Hits this one in the air down the left side. It is slicing away from the left fielder. Giving chase is Brown, and he won't get to it. He lands foul. Count stays at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hardin with the top average on the team because of the fact that he's played enough games and had enough at-bats. It's .343 is the average. 35 hits, includes those 7 doubles, 1 triple, and 6 home runs. Takes a pitch inside corner for strike 3. Not necessarily the pitch he was looking for, but probably needed to protect. So that's going to leave it up to A.J. Goitia to try to bring some runs home for the Highlanders here in the first. Designated hitter hits from the right side, and he watches the first pitch inside corner at the belt for strike 1. Goitia 5'11", 190, a sophomore from Wesley Chapel, Florida. Sharing catching duties with Dayton LaChance. Will DH when he's not catching. The 0-1. That's hit on the line to the second baseman. Gardner takes care of it, and that takes care of the Highlanders. And the first, no runs, no hits, no errors, 2 left. We played 1, our score, Ranger nothing and McLennan nothing.
MCC has definitely benefited me most on not only what I want to do, but who I aspire to be. Expect every professor to help you become who you want to be and more. Create your own success at MCC.
Yeah. Yeah. Rappers really don't want beef with me. Trust me, I can beat you easily. Suckers get DDT'd. I've been swinging for the fences since I was in Little League. I make they nut like a guillotine. Woo! Langston Hughes with the verses. Hook something like a Reno. Baby girl, I ain't got time to chase you. I've been chasing dreams. Whoa! I'm going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI. Yeah, we be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD with a playwright. Yeah, I already know if the beat is bananas, it's only right that I go ape on it. Yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD with an A, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD with a playwright, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. Yeah.
conference as we start the second third of the season. A swing and a miss on a pitch that bounces in. Garner is strikeout victim number 3 for Owen Egan. Out number 1 here in the second. Now here's Larry Drake, the shortstop. Drake's a sophomore out of Spring, Texas. Takes the first pitch, breaking ball above the letters for ball 1. 5'10", 182. Hitting .277 for the Rangers. The 1-0, that hits the strike zone on the inside third. 1 ball, 1 strike. Drake's collected 26 hits, 8 are for extra bases, 6 doubles, a triple, and a home run. Collected 21 RBIs and has scored 25 runs. Takes a fastball on the outside third at the belt for strike 2. 1-2 the count. What started out as a overcast morning has turned into a lot of little cotton balls up in the clouds overhead. Pitch is popped up near the bag at second base, the shortstop. Johnson goes to the outfield cut to make the catch for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down. That brings up Cohen Pipecorn, the center fielder. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. Pipecorn's out of Lubbock, 5'10", 170 pounds. Hitting .246 from the left side against the right-hander. Hits this pitch in the air to right field. Over toward the line, leading over there is Marcus Smith. He'll make the catch for the third out to retire the side. For Ranger in the second, 3 up and 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Head at the bottom of the second with our score, Ranger nothing and McLennan nothing. Conference standings, Weatherford in first at 11 and 3 after taking 2 on Wednesday from Grayson. Grayson is now at 9 and 5. Vernon in third place at 6 and 4. Then come the Highlanders at 8 and 6. Hill comes next. They have the week off this week. The Rebels are 6 and 6. Temple is 7 and 7. Then it's Cisco at 6 and 8. North Central at 2 and 8. And Ranger at 1 and 9. That's the standings in the north of Region 5 as McLean Helton attempts to bunt the first pitch and bunts it foul. Helton, a freshman out of Cy Woods High School in Houston, 6'2", 185. 21st game for him to appear in this year. Takes a pitch down low, 1 ball, 1 strike. When he's had his opportunities, he's come through for the Highlanders. 21 hits, 3 are doubles, 3 are home runs. He's hitting .375. Slow curveball misses outside. Goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. 6, 7, and 8 in the batting order for McLennan here in the bottom of the second. 2-1 pitch to Helton is off speed and down. And goes to 3-1. Reyes walked 2, struck out 1 in the first inning of work. Fastball misses inside for ball 4. It's another leadoff walk for the Highlanders. We're not able to parlay that into a run in the first. See if they can do so here in the second. That's the third walk issued by Jacob Reyes. Brings the catcher, Dayton LaChance, to the plate. Dayton out of Sherbrooke, Quebec in Canada. Has appeared in every game and started every game for the Highlanders this year. There goes the runner. The pitch is swung on a slow roller down to the third baseman. He'll get it over to first base in time. First pitch swinging. LaChance is able to move the runner. Retired 5-3. So now the first run of the game is just out in scoring position. For Gage McLeod. McLeod started off like a house on fire, and then along the way, somebody put out the fire. He was hitting in the 400 area at one point in the season. He takes the first pitch at the knees for a strike. Starting today, hitting .286. He's collected 22 hits on the year, 5 are doubles, 3 triples. That's a team lead in those triples. He has 4 home runs to his credit. 0-1 pitch. That's lined into the gap in right center field. It's down for extra bases. McLean will steam into second base with an RBI double, and the Highlanders are on top, 1-0. McLeod has found his stroke again. That is his 7th RBI in this series against Ranger. His 25th RBI of the season. Elton scores for the 22nd time this year. Now here's the 9-hole hitter, Owen Smith. Takes the first pitch breaking ball on the outside corner for a strike. Smith's a sophomore from Houston, Klein Oak High School. 5'10", 190 pounds, hitting .250 for the Highlanders. Breaking ball is fouled off at the plate. 0-2 the count on the Highlander center fielder. 20th game for Owen to appear in. 17 have been starts. He's collected 12 hits this year. 2 doubles, 1 triple, 2 home runs. Next RBI would be number 14 for him. Cloud gets his lead from second base, and they'll make him look like he wants to go back to the base. Breaking ball misses. That one started over the middle of the plate and wound up in the left-handed batter's box. Another breaker. Again, this time low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Trying to get Owen Smith to chase a pitcher's pitch. Foul over the first base dugout. Stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Another 2-2 pitch, off speed, misses inside.
All right, win it.
Goes full now. First base is open, top of the order, waits on deck. He knew it. Took a breaking ball over the inside corner just above the knees for the second strikeout. Both have been called third strikes for Jacob Reyes, who's gone through the order. One time has given up 1 run on 1 hit. He's walked 3 and struck out 2. Now back to the top of the order in Sherman Johnson. Takes the first pitch down for ball 1. Johnson walked his first time up. Moved to second on a ground out, stole third, but got left stranded there. 1-0. Misses the outside corner. 2 balls and no strikes. Johnson now collected 15 walks on the year. He's also been hit 3 times, so he's got more free bases than strikeouts. Squares to bunt. Takes a pitch on the outside corner just below the belt for strike 1. Took a healthy cut at a breaking ball, comes up empty. Gives us deuces wild at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second here in the bottom half of the second inning. Kick in the pitch, breaking ball stays inside. And it goes full at 3-2. Gage McLeod out at second base, delivered the RBI double to give the Highlanders the 1-0 lead here in the second. Breaking ball, outside ball 4. Second time that Johnson has taken the free pass. 4 walks issued by Jacob Reyes now. Now Spencer Budd has the opportunity to add to the runs for the Highlanders. Grounded out to the shortstop his first time up. Takes a pitch outside for ball 1. His next RBI will be number 11 on the season for Spencer Butt. Pitch is outside. Now we have time. Pitching coach for Ranger on his way to the mound. Garrett Harrison wants to have a conversation with his pitcher, Jacob Reyes. He joined on the mound with the catcher, the shortstop, and the third baseman. A little pep talk here. Wednesday, the first game of the doubleheader out in Ranger. Highlander ace Alex Wallace allowed 9 runners to come to the plate in the first inning, gave up 5 runs on 6 hits. But after that, he pitched another 4 innings, and then over those 4 innings, gave up no runs and struck out 8. Sometimes you wonder just what magic potion, what secret word was used to correct whatever was wrong in the first inning for those next 4. Fastball misses inside. Goes to 3 balls and no strikes. I got a feeling that discussion was, let's rely more on the fastball than the off-speed stuff. High and away, ball 4. Now the bags are full of Highlanders for Marcus Smith. Smith walked his first time up. Sophomore out of Harlem has a career average of 300 for the Highlanders, and he hits this one hard toward the gap in right center field. Center fielder, left fielder go, and it bounces off the wall. 1 run is scored, 2 runs have scored, 3 runs have scored. It's a 3-run double for Marcus Smith, and the Highlanders are on top 4-0. Marcus Smith clears the bases for RBIs number 23, 24, and 25 on the year with his 7th double of the season. Now here's Daniel Harden. Harden was called out on strikes his first time. Takes the first pitch inside for ball 1. Breaking ball bounces past the catcher. The wild pitch will move Smith down to third base. Ranger now getting a right-hander loose in the bullpen. That pitch hits Harden. Glad he's got a elbow pad on, or otherwise that might have hit the funny bone and hurt a whole lot. So Harden hit by the pitch will allow the Highlanders to bring a ninth batter to the plate here in the bottom of the second inning. And that's going to be it for Jacob Reyes. Once again, the pitching coach out of the dugout headed to the mound. So Reyes is going to go an inning and 2/3. So far, he's given up 4 runs, but has property at third and first. That's off of just 2 base hits. Problem is he walked 4, hit 1, and struck out 2. Leadoff walks, part of the problem. And also, only 2 hits were for extra bases off of Reyes. Now they go to the bullpen for another right-hander as they bring on Abel Anzaldúa, 6 foot, 215-pound sophomore out of Mission, Texas. Just double check my numbers to be sure I've got the right pitcher on the mound. Anzaldúa making his 13th appearance of the year. That's the most by any Ranger pitcher. 2 wins, 4 losses, no saves. In 19 innings, he's given up 16 runs and 14 are earned off of 22 hits. He's walked 11 and struck out 23. A 6.63 earned run average for Abel Anzaldúa. Takes over for Jacob Reyes with 2 on and 2 out here in the second, and the Highlanders have put 4 on the board. Harden hit by the pitch for the 10th time. He's at first. Marcus Smith at third. A.J. Goitia watches a first pitch slider for strike 1. Goitia lined out to second base his first time up. There goes the runner from first. The catcher throws down to second base. It bounces in. Now here comes the runner from third, and Marcus Smith will be safe on the double steal. Harden safe at second. Marcus Smith comes home with the 5th run by stealing home. Pitch hits the corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Stolen base for Harden is his 6th of the year without being caught. Slow curveball, stays up, call strike 3. Goitia goes down looking. Highlanders send 9 to the plate in the second and come up with 5 runs. They do it on just 2 base hits. There were no errors, and there was 1 runner left on base. We've played 2 innings, and our score is McLennan 5 and Ranger nothing.
Yeah. Rappers really don't want beef with me. Trust me, I can beat you easily. Suckers get DDT'd. I've been swinging for the fences since I was in Little League. I make they nut like a guillotine. Ooh, Langston Hughes with the verses. Hook something like a ring, no. Baby girl, I ain't got time to chase you. I've been chasing dreams, whoa. I'm going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD with a playwright, yeah. I already know if the beat is bananas, it's only right that I go ape on it, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD with an A, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD with a playwright, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah.
Top half of inning number 3 and the 9-hole hitter for Ranger coming to the plate, facing the Highlander starter Owen Egan. That's Jaden Brown, left fielder out of Brookville, Maryland. From the left side, he hits the first pitch on the line past the glove of the second baseman into the gap in right center field. He's headed for second base. He's thinking about 3, and he's on his way there and will get there with a triple. Jaden Brown, a leadoff triple. For Rangers, they try to answer the 5-run bottom of the second. Second triple of the year for Jaden Brown. Now it's back to the top of the order. And Ashton Fisher. Fisher walked, stole second. Moved to third on an error, but was left stranded at third base. Egan's first pitch is a ground ball to the shortstop, Johnson. He'll throw to first and get the out. Scoring easily on the ground out is Jaden Brown, and it's 5-1. Fisher picks up his 11th RBI with that ground out as the Highlanders were going to concede the run for the out. The base is empty, one out. Here's Michael Lozano. First pitch breaking ball is down for ball 1. Lozano struck out his first time up. Gets out in front of that curveball and lines it foul down the right side. He had a nice doubleheader out at Ranger against the Highlanders. He went 4 for 8 with a couple of runs scored. 2 of those 4 hits were extra bases, a double and a home run as he fouls this one off over toward the first base dugout. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Michael Lozano. That's fouled into the screen behind home plate. Lozano hanging tough. Struck out his first time up against Egan. With 3 strikeouts and a couple of walks through the first 10 batters. Swing and a miss there. Picks up his 4th strikeout with the fastball. Taking down Lozano twice. Two outs now, and now here's Jeremiah Torres, the first baseman. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. Grounded out to shortstop his first time up. Crowds the plate from the right side. 1-0. Breaking ball that goes below the zone. 2 balls and no strikes. First game is scheduled for 7 innings. Second game scheduled for 9. Breaking ball breaks out for the zone. 3-0. 4-pitch walk puts Jeremiah Torres on. Third walk issued by Owen Egan. 2-out base runner for the 4-hole hitter, Andrew Perez. He walked his first time up. Eleventh walk of the year for Jeremiah Torres. Andrew Perez from the right side against the right-hander Egan. Takes a first pitch breaking ball with the knees for a strike. Wind now blowing out toward left at about 15 to 20. About what is normal here at McLennan Field at Bosque River Ballpark. Now they're breaking balls, hit on the ground. A couple of hops that the third baseman McLean cuts off. Gets it over to Helton at first base for the third out to retire the side. For Ranger in the third to get a run on a hit. No Highlander errors and one runner left on base. Head to the bottom of the third with a new score. It's McLennan 5 and Ranger 1.
Yeah. Yeah. Rappers really don't want beef with me. Trust me, I can beat you easily. Suckers get DDT'd. I've been swinging for the fences since I was in Little League. I make they nut like a guillotine. Ooh, Langston Hughes with the verses. Hook something like a Reno. Baby girl, I ain't got time to chase you. I've been chasing dreams. Whoa, I'm going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI. Yeah, we be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD wouldn't play right. Yeah, I already know if the beat is bananas, it's only right that I go ape on it. Yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI, yeah, we be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD with an A, yeah.
Bottom of the third inning, McLean Helton leads it off. He led off the second inning when the Rangers scored 5. He's going to see if he can start up another rally here, and he takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. He walked and scored his first time up. 22nd time he's touched the pay station this year for the Highlanders. Pitch is off the catcher's glove and outside. 2 balls and no strikes. First time for Helton to face the new pitcher, Abel Anzudula, who took over for the starter, Jacob Reyes, who went an inning and 2/3, giving up 5 runs on just 2 hits. He walked 5 and struck out 2 and also hit a batter. So it's free bases that got him in trouble. Count of 2 balls and 1 strike on McLean Helton. Breaking ball stays high and away. And 3-1 the count on Helton. Helton with 9 walks and been hit by a pitch 5 times, 14 freebies against 16 strikeouts. Hits this one in the air toward left field. It's carrying toward the wall, and it is caught just at the warning track by Jaden Brown, the left fielder. Gave that one a ride to the opposite field, but just not enough on it to get the wind to blow it out of the park. McLean's the first out. Here in the bottom of the third, now here's Dayton LaChance. Rounded out to third base his first trip up, but that moved a runner into scoring position that came around to score the first run of the game for McLennan. Takes a first pitch slider low for ball 1. Team leader in hits with 38. Also the team leader in RBI with 38. Hitting .328 now on the year. Breaking ball, he tried to put that one on Lakeshore Drive and swung early. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sophomore out of Canada, a .332 career average. Has now collected 115 hits in his Highlander career. Takes a pitch down. 2-1 the count. Out of those 115 career hits, he's got 20 doubles, 2 triples, and 16 home runs. And now has collected 107 RBI in his career for McLennan. Headed to Oklahoma next year to play for Tyler Johnson's father, Skip. 2-1. Breaking ball that just misses the outside corner. Good take there by LaChance. Not chasing after a pitcher's pitch. .3-1 is a breaking ball that's driven down the line and left. It falls in for at least one. LaChance is on his way to second base with a stand-up double. 7th double of the year for Dayton. Highlanders have 3 hits and all 3 are doubles. Got a runner at second with 1 out. Gage McLeod at the plate. His double in the second inning brought home the first runs of the game for McLennan. He also later scored in the inning. He's scored 29 runs on the year now. Takes a pitch outside for ball 1. He's one of those that likes to jump on the first pitch, but that one wasn't close enough to take a hack at. That one skips in. 2 balls and no strikes. Cage average back on the rise. I'm detecting that he's been a little bit more patient at the plate. A little more selective at what he swings at. Takes a pitch low and inside. 3-0 the count. Borderline pitch goes the way of the batter. Team leader in triples with 3. Takes ball 4. First walk issued by Ansel Dula. 6th walk issued by Ranger pitching. And we're just in the 3rd inning. Runners at first and second. Here's the 9-hole hitter, Owen Smith. 20th walk of the year collected by Cage McLeod. First pitch to Owen Smith, in for a strike. Owen called out on strikes his first time up. Hits this one on the ground, but foul between the coach and third base bag. Head coach Tyler Johnson coaches at third for McLennan. B.J. Carmichael coaches at first base. 2-on with 1 out. Highlanders trying to add to a 5-1 lead. Breaking balls. Good job by Owen Smith to hold the hands back and try to make a connection, but comes up empty. Second time he has struck out. That's the 2nd strikeout for Ansel Dula. 4 strikeouts for Ranger pitching. Back to the top of the order. And Sherman Johnson. Johnson has walked both times and scored once. Takes the first pitch for a strike just under the letters on the outside third. 1 out double by LaChance, and a walk has runners at first and second. There are 2 outs though. Fastball on the outside corner for a strike. Johnson not necessarily agreeing with the call. Takes a deep breath, steps back in, crowds the plate from the right side. Now time is called. And I think we've got a balk called against Ansel Dula. Third base umpire. I don't think it was, yeah, it's got to be a balk. Couldn't be a pitch clock violation. So now both runners are in scoring position. Change the dynamics a little bit. Pitch misses outside, and a great job by Andrew Perez, the catcher, to get in behind the left-handed batter's box and keep that one from being a pass ball and a run. LaChance now at third, McLeod at second. Johnson trying to bring him home. The 1-2 pitch. Another breaking ball that skips in, and Perez able to scoop it up. 4 of a kind, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 on. Johnson trying to come through with RBIs 14 and 15 on the year. Swings and misses the breaking ball, comes up empty. Second strikeout in the inning for Ansel Dula, his third of the game. For McLennan in the third, no runs on a hit. There was no errors, and there was 2 runners left on base. We've played 3 in our scores, McLennan 5 and Ranger 1. Make that work? I think it has to do with the fact that I switch, you push it on, it just falls. Well, yeah. And I told him, I said, why don't y'all get the girl right, and let's try it out. And then we did. And I told him, what can we do right now? But they're doing another thing. So I'm going home. Well, you got an idea to me. All right. Yeah. I don't tell something. I'll do the chicken. Yeah. And she said, well, we're going to redo it. Is it the one from basketball? It's right. I mean, look, at least 5 years ago, it's the same thing. When you push the switch, it automatically just drops. It's the mic. Yeah. Tuiamosa leads it off for the Rangers here in the top half of the 4th inning. They're trailing by a score of 5-1. Owen Egan out for his 4th inning of work as the starter. There was a change-up outside for ball 1. Egan through the first 3 has given up a run on just 1 base hit. He's walked 3 and struck out 4. Pitch is taken down, 2 balls and no strikes. Breaking ball, catches the corner this time, just above the belt. 2-1. Wind now is showing that it's blowing from the right field foul pole to the left field foul pole. Still favorable for right-handers. Pitch is popped up, it's going to get out of play, third base side. 2-2 the count. When we got here, it was overcast and the lights were on, but partly cloudy now and the lights are off. Egan's 2-2. Off speed, swung a miss for strike 3. Had him well out in front of that one. Pick up his 5th strikeout of the game. Leadoff batter retired. Now here's Sean Gardner, the second baseman. He struck out his first time up. Port Neches, Texas. Takes the first pitch strike. Gardner was 1 for 8 against the Highlanders out in Ranger on Wednesday. Scored a run, picked up an RBI. Hits this one on the ground, third base side, but it's going to be foul. 0-2 the count on Sean Gardner. Dalton Rodriguez, the head coach for Ranger, coaches at third base. His first year taking over after Scott Norwood was kicked upstairs to the athletic director's post. Pitch skips in, 1 ball and 2 strikes. One, 2. Still missing down. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Highlanders put 5 on the board in the second when they sent 9 batters to the plate. And Egan misses down and goes full at 3-2. Rangers' only run came in the top of the 3rd thanks to a leadoff triple by the 9-hole hitter Jaden Brown. He scored on a ground out. 3-2 pitch. Still down. 4th walk issued by Owen Egan. 1 out base runner for the Rangers here in the top half of the 4th. Passes the bat to Larry Drake. 14th walk for Gardner to accept this year. Drake popped out to the shortstop. His first time up. First pitch is a called strike right at the letters. Line drive down the left side. It's in for extra bases. Runner from first, Gardner, is going to get the wave around at third base, and he will score. It's an RBI double for Larry Drake that makes it 5-2. 22nd RBI for Larry Drake. As Gardner scores all the way from first base. Just the second hit of the game off of Owen Egan. Now we're going to have a discussion on the mound with the pitching coach, Peter Stark, going out to talk with Egan and the infield. 7th double of the year for Drake. RBI number 22. Gardner scores for the 21st time this year. Quick discussion out on the mound. Eight-hole hitter Cohen Pipecorn steps to the plate with a runner in scoring position and just 1 out. Flew out to left field his first time up. Daniel Harden playing a little shallow in left for the left-handed swinger, and he swings at the first pitch that breaks off the table for strike 1. This is down. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the top of the 4th of a game that's scheduled for 7 innings. First of 2 here at Bosque River Ballpark today. Slow curveball hits the outside corner for a strike. Other scores, Cisco leads Vernon 9-3. That's in the 3rd inning. In the bottom of the 4th, Grayson has a 1-0 lead on Weatherford at Grayson. Pitch bounces in. LaChance does a good job of scooping it up. Two balls, 2 strikes. Herman Johnson, the shortstop, shaded over toward the bag at second with the lefty at the plate. Pitch bounces in again. This one gets away from LaChance. The throw down to third base is not in time. Wild pitch is going to move Drake to third base. Dayton thought he had a chance. Close play, but Drake slides in under the tag. So second run of the inning, just 90 feet away. Pipecorn just needs to get something to the outfield to pick up his 12th RBI of the year. It's this one on the ground to the right side. That'll bring home the run as Spencer Butt, the second baseman, throws to first base. RBI ground out by Pipecorn makes it 5-3, still in favor of McLennan. Two outs, nobody on, and here's the 9-0 hitter, Jaden Brown. He started the scoring for Ranger when he tripled to lead off the third and scored on the ground out. RBI for Pipecorn is his 12th of the year. Swings and misses the first pitch for strike one. That's hit in the air towards center field. Owen Smith ranges over to his left. He'll make the catch for the third out to retire the side. Ranger strikes for 2 runs. They do it on just one base hit. No Highlander errors and nobody left on base. Head to the bottom of the 4 with a new score. It's McLennan 5 and Ranger 3.
Are you a church media team leader or pastor looking to elevate your streaming game? With Lighthouse Streaming, you can effortlessly manage and broadcast your church services to multiple platforms at once. Save time, reach a wider audience, and keep your content secure with our cloud storage solutions. Ready to take your church's message to the next level? Visit lighthousestreaming.com and book your free consultation today. Connect, inspire, and grow with Lighthouse Streaming.
Whether you're fast-tracking toward a rewarding career or building the foundation for advanced studies, you'll find a path to success with one of McLennan Community College's 140-plus degree and certification programs. MCC works for me.
Spencer Butt, the 2-hole hitter for McLennan, leads off the bottom half of the 4th inning. Takes a pitch for ball 1. Abel Anzaldula on the hill for his second full inning of work after taking over for the starter, Jacob Reyes. 1-0 is up and out. 2 balls and no strikes. Third trip to the plate for Butt in the game. Grounded out to the shortstop first time up, walked and scored the next time around. He's now scored 17 runs on the year. Takes a pitch for ball 3. Rangers started off the first and second inning with walks. Trying to start off the 4th with a walk. And will do so. Second walk issued to Spencer Butt in the game. Second walk given up by Abel Anzaldula. 7th walk issued by Ranger pitching. That brings up Marcus Smith. Marcus with a bases clearing double in the second inning to help the Highlanders build that 5-0 lead at that point. Takes a first pitch breaking ball at the knees on the inside corner for a strike. 49th game for Marcus to appear in his career here at McLennan. He's hitting .306 over his time here with the Highlanders. Takes another breaking ball on the inside corner for a strike. 0-2. 37 career hits include 10 doubles and 8 home runs. He now has 44 career RBI after the 3 RBI on his double back in the second. A throw to first base will run Spencer Butt back to the bag. First time up in the game, Marcus walked. Pitch misses out. Now we have another balk called. That'll run Spencer Butt over to second base. So 2 balks against Ansel Dua since entering the game. No argument from the first base dugout. But now a runner in scoring position for Marcus Smith, looking for his 4th RBI of the game. 1-2 pitch is way outside. Nice job by Perez to flag that one before it goes by him. In the bottom of the 4th. Highlanders got the first 5. Rangers got the next 3. 2-2 pitch. Check to swing. Call strike 3. Should have pulled the trigger. 4th strikeout for Ansel Dula. 6th strikeout for Ranger pitching. 1 out. Runner at second base. Now here's Daniel Harden. Harden 0 for 1 with a strikeout and been hit by a pitch. Jumps on the first pitch. The first baseman gets to it and will outrace him to the bag for the out at first base, but Spencer Butt will move to third on the play. Harden hit it hard, but unfortunately close enough for the first baseman to record the out. That's going to leave it up to A.J. Goitia to try to bring home that run. They got on base by the leadoff walk. Watches the first pitch breaking ball outside for ball 1. Well, it's hit on the ground through the 6 hole into left field for a base hit. Coming home to score is Spencer Butt. An RBI single for A.J. Goitia makes it 6-3 in favor of McLennan. RBI number 23 on the year for A.J. Goitia on his 20th hit of the season. Spencer Butt has now scored twice today. Gives him 18 runs scored on the season. Here's McLean Helton. 1 ball and no strikes on the Highlander first baseman. Oh for 1 with a walk and a run scored for Helton in this one. Hits this one a ton down the right side. It's going to fall in for a single. Runner from first will head to third. Highlanders have him at the corners with 2 outs. He doubled his last time up. Swings and fouls off the first pitch. 1 for 2 today for LaChance. Has his season average at .333. He's collected a team high 39 hits now. Fouls this one off over the first base dugout. 0-2. Goitia at third. Helton at first. 0-2 pitch with Helton on the move is fouled off. I think LaChance was trying to protect the runner there. Good job of getting a piece of a pitch that was out of the strike zone. Another 0-2 pitch. Now they'll throw to first base. Helton back standing on the bag. Leadoff walk is scored for the Highlanders here in the fourth. Breaking ball hit on the ground. Hits through the sixth hole into left field. An RBI single. The runner from first headed to third. Here comes the throw. It's not in time. Helton going first to third on the single by LaChance. As Dayton picks up team high 39th RBI of the year. His second hit of the game. Two runs in the inning for the Highlanders. Still have runners at the corners with 2 outs. Gage McLeod at the plate. McLeod with the RBI double in the first and a walk, or the RBI double in the second and a walk in the third. Takes the first pitch down low for ball 1.
Keep it going, Cage.
Gage average now up to 295. Trying to get back above that 300 level where he spent most of the season. Pitch misses high, 2 balls and no strikes. He was 3 for 6 against Ranger on Wednesday with 3 runs scored. One of the 3 hits was a home run. He had 6 RBIs on Wednesday against Ranger. 2-0, breaking ball in for a strike at the knees. Cloud from nearby China Spring, Texas. 6'1", 195-pound freshman. Two 2-1 pitch. That bounces in. Runner from first almost caught in a pickle there, but LaChance is able to get. Oh, actually, they say the ball hit McLeod. So McLeod gets hit by a pitch. Second batter to be hit by Ranger pitching, the first by Ansel Dula. That's going to bring a visit to the mound. That's the 8th time that McLeod's been hit by a pitch. It loads up the bases for McLennan with 2 outs. The 9-hole hitter, Owen Smith, is scheduled to come to the plate, and he'll face a new pitcher. That's going to do it for Ansel Dula. He's going to go 2 complete innings. So far has given up 2 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. 7-3 is our score. Anzaldula 2 innings, giving up 2 runs on 4 hits, walked 2 and struck out 4. His time on the hill. Now let's see who the new right-hander is for the Rangers. That new right-hander is Anthony Kelly, 6'3", 190-pound freshman from Wiley, Texas. Some numbers on Anthony Kelly, his 11th appearance of the year, a win and 4 losses, no saves, 22 2/3 innings, has given up 38 runs and 31 are earned on 42 hits. He's walked 16 and struck out 15, a 12.31 earned run average for Anthony Kelly, 3rd pitcher of the game for Ranger. Jacob Reyes went the first inning in 2/3, gave up 5 runs on 2 hits, walked 5, struck out 2. Abel Anzaldula, 2 innings, given up 2 runs so far on 4 hits, walked 2, struck out 4. He's responsible for all 3 runners on the base pass. Now Owen Smith steps up 0 for 2 in the game with 2 strikeouts. Takes the first pitch, it gets by the catcher, and everybody's going to move up a base. And now the Highlanders are up 8-3. As Helton scores on the wild pitch. Shantz moves to third. McLeod's now at second. 3 runs scored in the inning. 1-0 the count on Owen Smith. Sophomore out of Houston, hitting .289 in his career here at McLennan. Slow curveball, a little check swing blooper out towards shallow center field. Center fielder coming on hard, won't get to it, and 2 runs are going to score. Texas League single for Owen Smith. Plates 2 more here in the 4th inning. It's a 5-run frame, and the Highlanders are up 10-3. Back to the top of the order, and Sherman Johnson, the 9th batter to come to the plate in the inning. First pitch misses down. Scoreboard only has 9 runs up. My scoreboard says 10. Throw to first base, diving back to the bag is Smith. Smith is the top base stealer on the team with 7. His 2 RBIs now gives him 15 on the season. Pitch into Johnson is a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fly ball out towards shallow right center field. It's in no man's land. Everybody giving chase. Finally, the center fielder calls off everybody. Pipecorn makes the catch for the 3rd out to retire the side, but the Highlanders once again bat around and bring home 5 runs. They do it on 4 base hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We've played 4, and our score is McLennan 10 and Ranger 3.
Centex Primetime, your go-to source for all things sports. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
McLennan Community College can give you the tools you need to meet your goals, whether you plan to fast track toward a successful career or lay the foundation for advanced educational opportunities. MCC works for me.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
MCC has definitely benefited me most on not only what I want to do, but who I aspire to be. Expect every professor to help you become who you want to be and more. Create your own success at MCC.
Are you a church media team leader or pastor looking to elevate your streaming game? With Lighthouse Streaming, you can effortlessly manage and broadcast your church services to multiple platforms at once. Save time, reach a wider audience, and keep your content secure with our cloud storage solutions. Ready to take your church's message to the next level? Visit lighthousestreaming.com and book your free consultation today.
Top half of inning number 5. Leadoff hitter Ashton Fisher starts it off for Ranger here in the 5th. He's 0 for 1 with a RBI ground out his last time up. He walked his first time. Takes a fastball on the outside third for a strike. Owen Egan looking to go the distance on the hill for the Highlanders with a 7-run cushion. Pitch misses outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. This is high. Fisher 0 for 1 today. His average at 209 now on the season. Was 3 for 6 though against the Highlanders on Wednesday out in Ranger. Foul tipped into the mitt. Evens accounted 2 balls and 2 strikes. Highlander defense still the same as it was to start the game, with Harden in left, Owen Smith in center, Marcus Smith in right. Egan's 2-2 pitch. Swung and missed. Went after a pitch up in the eyes. Came up empty. Strikeout number 6 on the game for Owen Egan. One away here in the 5th. Here's Michael Lozano. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Punch-outs now for Lozano on the year. He had a nice doubleheader against the Highlanders on Wednesday. Went 4 for 8 with a couple of runs scored. 3 RBI. Pops this one in the air, but it's going to get foul over the third base dugout. 1 ball, 1 strike. Out of those 4 hits he had against the Highlanders on Wednesday, 2 were for extra bases, a double and a home run. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Told him to leave my helicopter at the airport. I don't know why it's here. Ranger with just 15 home runs as a team coming into today's play. That's kind of low for what we have seen of Ranger in the past. A swing and a miss. And Lozano goes down swinging. He's out for the 3rd time on strikes. Two up and 2 down on strikeouts. Now here's Jeremiah Torres, the first baseman. 0 for 1 with a ground out and a walk. Takes a first pitch strike. Highlanders with 46 team home runs starting the day. The wind blows out at that park in Ranger. Rangers are usually one of the most prolific home run teams in the conference year in and year out. Count goes to no balls and 2 strikes. Egan looking to strike out the side, pick up his 8th strikeout of the game. Won't do it with that pitch as he lines it into right field for a base knock. Torres has his first hit of the game. It's a 2-out single. Team leading 32nd hit of the year for Jeremiah Torres. He passes the bat to the catcher, Andrew Perez, who's 0 for 1 with a ground out and a walk. Pitch is low for ball 1. Perez saw action in just 1 game of the doubleheader out in Ranger on Wednesday. He went 1 for 3 with a run scored. His 1 hit was a double. Ground ball slowly hit toward the third baseman McLeod. He'll pick it up and throw to first base, record the out, and end the Ranger 5th. They get no runs on a hit. No errors, 1 man left on base. Go to the bottom of the 5th with our score, McLennan 10, and Ranger 3.
Are you a church media team leader or pastor looking to elevate your streaming game? With Lighthouse Streaming, you can effortlessly manage and broadcast your church services to multiple platforms at once. Save time, reach a wider audience, and keep your content secure with our cloud storage solutions. Ready to take your church's message to the next level? Visit lighthousestreaming.com and book your free consultation today. Connect, inspire, and grow with Lighthouse Streaming.
Whether you're fast-tracking toward a rewarding career or building the foundation for advanced studies, you'll find a path to success with one of McLennan Community College's 140-plus degree and certification programs. MCC works for me.
Centex Primetime, your go-to source for all things sports. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge.
Anthony Kelly returns to the mound for Ranger, looking for his first full inning of work as the third pitcher of the game for the Rangers. Faces 2, 3, and 4 in the batting order after the Highlanders batted around in the fourth inning. Second time in the game they've batted around. Spencer Butt leads off the inning and fouls one off down the left side. Butt 0 for 1 officially, but has scored 2 runs thanks to 2 walks and a ground out. Hits this one, a slow roller out toward the shortstop. Charging is Drake. He picks and throws and not in time. Spencer Butt legs out an infield single. 8th hit of the game for McLennan. Once again, they have their leadoff batter on base. They've done that in every inning. But the third. Here's Marcus Smith. Takes a first pitch strike. Marcus in the 3 spot is 1 for 2 on the day. A 3-run double in the second inning. He's also walked and struck out. Now hitting .359 on the year. Checks his swing, didn't check it in time according to the home plate umpire. 0-2 the count. The 3 RBIs now gives him 25 on the year. Going to first base, chases Spencer back to the bag. Oh-2 pitch. Breaking ball, it's hammered, but it's going to hook foul. He was looking for the breaking ball. Got it up around the letters. Pulled the trigger a little early. Wind blowing out toward left at about 15 to 20. Smith looking to maybe take advantage of that. Another 0-2 pitch is way high. Stays off of that fastball up around the eyes. Marcus on Wednesday was 4 for 9 against the Rangers with 5 runs scored. Out of those 4 hits, 2 doubles, a home run, a couple of RBI. Slow curveball, hits it off the end of the bat. It's a flare out toward left center field. Shortstop going out, and he won't be able to get to it. A Texas League single for Marcus Smith gives him a 2-hit day. Hit number 9 of the game for McLennan. Puts runners at first and second. With nobody out here in the 5th. If the Highlanders score 3 runs in this frame, that'll be the end of the ball game is on the run rule. Here's Daniel Harden. He's the guy that can walk it off right here. He's done that once before. Takes a pitch low and away for ball one. Leads the team in runs scored with 34. Shared for the team lead in doubles with 7. Has been hit by a pitch 9 times. That leads the team. Got the top on base percentage in the club. 0 for 2 though in this game. With a strikeout, been hit by a pitch and a ground out to first. Count of 2 balls and no strikes on the Highlander left fielder. Anthony Kelly trying to work out of a jam here in the bottom of the 5th. Pitch is in for a strike just above the knees on the inside third. Not necessarily the pitch that Daniel Harden was looking for there. Daniel headed to LSU next year. Sophomore out of Prairieville, Louisiana. 2-1 pitch. He swings a breaking ball that drops off the table. Over the top of it at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Game number 92 for Daniel to appear in as a Highlander. He's collected 92 career hits. That one hits him. He's been hit by a pitch twice now in the game. 10th time he's been hit this year. Loads up the bases for A.J. Goitia. Goitia singled home a run his last time up. 1 for 3 in the game. A line out to second and a strikeout his other 2 at bats. Takes the first pitch strike. That one skips in. Evens it up 1-1. And the Highlanders with a chance to end this one early. As the winning runs are on base. Line drive down the left side, and it's going to be fair. 1 run is scored, 2 runs have scored. Ball gets away from the left fielder for a moment, but they're going to hold Harden at third base. It's a double for A.J. Goitia. Gives him 3 RBIs in the game. His 4th double of the year. And now 3 RBIs in the game gives him 25 on the season. Makes it 12-3. Winning run is just 90 feet away. For McLean Helton. First pitch misses for ball 1. Helton 1 for 2 with a walk, a fly out to left, and a single, and has scored twice. Takes a pitch high and away. Lane's average up by 4 points at 379 now with his 1 for 2 in this one. Swing and a miss on a changeup out in front.
Stay back. Come on, Josiah, win it.
Highlanders looking to walk this one off. They can just bring home 1 more run. Infield playing in to stop that run. Slider hits the outside corner. Helton agrees. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ranger has to cut off the run. Otherwise, the game's over. That's the reason why the infield's playing in at the edge of the infield cut. 2-2 pitch. Bounces in. That gets away from the catcher. Oh, actually, it hit him. Got a piece of Helton. That's probably better off for Ranger. But now Anthony Kelly has hit 2 batters in the inning. Bags are loaded up for the Highlanders' leading RBI man in Dayton LaChance. Dayton is looking to put something in play to the outfield if he can. He's 2 for 3 in the game with a single, a double, a run scored, and an RBI, and he takes the first pitch slider on the outside corner for strike 1. Average up to 339 now for Dayton, and takes an inside curveball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Take 1 for the team, you get the RBI and the win. Springfield still playing in. The bag's full and nobody out. Line drive to center field. The center fielder will watch it go over his head, and that's all we're going to need is just that one run. That's all you need to win the ball game. It's over. You don't necessarily need to give the other 2 runs, I don't believe. We'll see how they score it. I think it ends just as soon as that 1 run scores from Daniel Harden. So Dayton LaChance gets the job done. I'm going to give him a single and an RBI. In the 5th inning, the Highlanders get 3 runs. They do it on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. There was no errors, and we're going to see there was 3 runners left on base. Let's get the final totals here for McLennan. 13 runs on 11 hits. They committed 1 error. They left 4, 6, 8, 9 runners on base. For the Rangers, they get 3 runs on a grand total of 3 hits. They made no errors. They left 4 runners on base. The winning pitcher is Owen Egan. He goes to 2-1 on the year. The loss is suffered by Jacob Reyes. He goes to 1-2 on the season. Took us an hour and 48 minutes to play this game that was won by the Highlanders by a final score of 13-3. So McLennan runs their record to 21-10 on the year. They're now 9-6 in Region 5 North play. Ranger drops to 12-22 on the year, and they're 1-10 in league action. So the Highlanders have taken the series by winning the doubleheader on Wednesday at Ranger and now winning the first game here. But we still got 1 more game to play between these 2 teams as they'll wrap up the 4-game series with the second game of the day's doubleheader, which is scheduled for 9 innings. And that will start at approximately 2:20, between 2:20 and 2:30. So we hope you'll join us for that one as well. I'm Lark Smith, reminding you once again our